in Surrey Heath would be, firstly, transport. We need to have better transport links to the capital and across the country. We also need to have safer roads, and that means in particular safer routes to school. My second priority would be to ensure that the fight against antisocial behaviour is prosecuted with greater vigour, and that means less bureaucracy holding back the police, and it means more beat officers dealing with this problem effectively.
Alan Hilliar said he made quite a big claim. He said he was the only local candidate in this election. Now, your main home's in London and your second home's in Elstead, and this came up last year, and you said you were moving to the constituency. Can you sort of update us on that and what will happen if you're elected again?
I have sold my house in Elstead. I put it on the market and I've accepted an offer. We're just about to exchange contracts. Hopefully once that's done, if I'm fortunate enough to be re-elected, then we can move on to the question of housing.
Do you know where in the constituency you'll move to?
I don't know, because I haven't yet exchanged contracts. I don't want to be in a position where I'm saying absolutely it's a done deal until it is.
I'm the only local candidate in this election, but more to the point, I'm the person who's actually talking about producing change in this society. A change that really works for you. A change that's all about a fresh approach to politics, making sure that your politicians actually have the right to represent you by virtue of actually having got the votes of the majority of their candidates. I'm all about fairness, about a fair start for our children, a fair start for about a more balanced economy, a greener environment, and actually fair taxes too, making sure that people at the bottom end of the income scale actually pay the same amount of money as those at the top end. This election could be different. It's more than a choice between the old red and blue, the ping-pong politics for the last 65 years. This is a chance for something new and different.
One reason why people should vote Lib Dem at the election on May 6th?
Because you'll get a new start, a fresh start to politics, and a chance to actually get engaged and really make a difference in our society.
My priorities for this election is how we get ourselves out of the global economic crisis that we're in, how we pay this debt down. We need to do it in the fairest way possible, and we need to do it as soon as possible. I would argue that's over the next 4 years, with the burden shared amongst the people who are most able to afford it, and that means people earning over £150,000 and the national insurance, which only affects people earning over £22,000 and not pensions. I think there are three priorities for Surrey Heath really. We've all been through the fiasco with the mosque. It's really important that the council in Surrey Heath apply planning law in future and don't cause mistakes like that again. As MP, it's important to represent the views of people who made it very clear what they thought after all, and make sure they don't make mistakes like that again. On Frimley Park Hospital, there's a real need to get more parking in. I think it's a false choice between an A&E and a car park. We can do both, and we should do both.
The main issues, obviously, for us is independence for the country. We want to get out of the European Union and basically control our own country and make decisions for ourselves and make sure our destiny is in our own hands. The priority for Surrey Heath is to represent the people's concerns over the European Union, also to send a message on to the major parties that the voice has to be listened to. I'd like to see that we can get from a local issue, get the railway station, make sure we can get a line into Waterloo a lot faster, and develop Camberley to make it a much more prosperous town.
One reason why people in Camberley or in Surrey Heath should go and vote UKIP on May 6th?
Well, I'm your local candidate. I've been here 30 years. I do understand the needs of the communities. I'm an ordinary guy on the street, and I think I can represent you well.